The galaxy was vast, bright, and full of life, but it had no mercy for the weak. On the edge of a ruined star system, an old space station drifted in silence. Its lights were broken. Its metal walls were cracked from past battles. Most ships avoided this place. It was marked as dead. Inside one small chamber, an alien girl lay on the cold floor. She could not move her legs. They had been paralyzed during the last war, crushed under falling steel when the station was attacked. She survived the explosion. She survived the fire. But when the war ended, survival was no longer enough. Her people came for the strong first. Warriors. Pilots. Engineers. They looked at her and looked away. She remembered their words clearly. She is no longer useful. She will slow us down. The galaxy has no place for the broken. She was not given a weapon. Not given food. Not even given a proper goodbye. They sealed the door and left. Now, hours later, the station was quiet. Too quiet. The alien girl stared at the ceiling, where wires hung like dead vines. Every breath was shallow. The air was thinning. The station's life support was failing, one system at a time. She tried to move her fingers. They trembled, weak but alive. Pain spread through her body, not sharp, just heavy. Tired. She did not cry anymore. Tears wasted water, and water was precious. Her species had taught her that much. Her thoughts drifted. She remembered being young, running under two suns. She remembered laughter, training, dreams of serving the stars. She had believed she mattered. Now the galaxy had answered that belief. She closed her eyes. Time passed slowly, measured only by the fading hum of machines. A warning light blinked red, then went dark. The temperature dropped. Cold crawled into her bones. Then, something changed. A vibration. At first, she thought it was her mind failing. But the floor shook again, stronger this time. Somewhere far outside, engines roared to life. A ship. Her heart began to race. No one came to this station. Not scavengers. Not traitors. Only fools, or humans. Her people feared humans. They called them reckless. Emotional. Dangerous. Footsteps echoed through the corridor. Heavy. Steady. Getting closer. Fear filled her chest. If pirates found her, they would not be kind. If mercenaries came, they would not hesitate. The door hissed. Light poured into the dark room, blinding her. A tall shadow stood in the doorway. The shape was wrong for her species. Broader. Heavier. Human. Her breath caught. She tried to speak, but her voice failed her. The human stepped inside slowly, weapon lowered. His helmet turned as he scanned the room. He saw the broken equipment. The cold. Then his eyes fell on her. He froze. For a long moment, he said nothing. She waited for him to turn away. That was what everyone did. Instead, he walked closer. He knelt beside her, careful, as if she might shatter. His face was visible now, tired eyes, marked with old scars. He did not look at her legs. He looked at her face. "You're alive," he said quietly. Those words felt heavier than any insult she had ever heard. She wanted to ask why he was here. Wanted to ask why he was not leaving. But all she could do was blink. Behind him, a voice crackled over the comm. "Captain, station's unstable. We should move." The human did not stand up. He reached out and placed a warm jacket over her shoulders. "I found someone," he said. The alien girl felt something unfamiliar tighten in her chest. Hope. And for the first time since the galaxy abandoned her, someone stayed. The alien girl expected the human to leave. That was what everyone did in the end. But the human did not stand up. He did not turn away. He stayed kneeling beside her, as the cold air crept closer and the station groaned around them. Behind him, the ship's warning alarm echoed through the hallway. Time was running out. "Captain, we need to go," the voice on the comm said again. "This place won't hold." The human looked down at the alien girl. Her skin was pale, her breathing slow. She was afraid, but she was alive. "She's injured," he replied. A pause followed. "Captain, she's not our problem." The words were calm, simple, and cruel. The same words her own people had used. The alien girl closed her eyes. She had heard this ending before. But the human surprised them both. "She is now," he said. He gently slid one arm under her shoulders and the other beneath her knees. When he lifted her, pain flashed through her body, and she gasped. His grip tightened, not rough, but firm and steady. "I've got you," he said, low and clear. No one had ever said that to her before. The human moved carefully through the broken halls, adjusting his steps to keep her safe. Sparks fell from the ceiling. The station shook again. Each step felt like borrowed time. She watched his face as he walked. He was focused, jaw tight, eyes forward. Not afraid of her weight. Not annoyed by her weakness. Just determined. When they reached the ship, the crew froze. A few humans stared at the alien girl in shock. Others frowned. "She's paralyzed," one crew member said. "She'll slow us down. We can't keep her." The alien girl felt shame burn deep inside her chest. She tried to pull away, but her body would not obey. The human captain did not argue. "She's a person," he said. "That's enough." He carried her into the medical bay and placed her gently on the bed. Warm light replaced the cold darkness of the station. The door sealed behind them, cutting off the sound of the dying structure outside. The engines roared. The ship pulled away. The alien girl stared at the ceiling, heart pounding. She was no longer drifting toward death. She was moving. Traveling. Alive. A human medic stepped closer, scanning her body. The tools were quiet, careful. "She's been without care for a long time," the medic said. "But she can survive." Survive. The word felt strange. The captain stood nearby, arms crossed, watching the readouts. He did not leave. Hours passed. The alien girl drifted in and out of sleep. Each time she woke, the ship was still there. The humans were still there. No one had thrown her out an airlock. No one had abandoned her. At one point, she felt a blanket pulled over her. Warm. Soft. She turned her head and saw the captain sitting in a chair beside her bed. He was resting his eyes, but he did not sleep. "Why?" she whispered. Her voice was weak, broken by disuse. But he heard her. He opened his eyes and looked at her. "Why what?" he asked. "Why, help me." The captain was quiet for a moment. Then he smiled, not wide, not proud. "Just tired. Because leaving you would be wrong." The alien girl stared at him. No logic. No rule. No gain. Just a choice. Outside the ship, the galaxy moved on, cold and uncaring. But inside that small medical bay, something different had begun. For the first time since the war, the alien girl believed she might have a future. And the human had no idea how much the galaxy would pay for that simple act of kindness. The alien girl woke to a sound she did not recognize. It was not an alarm. Not a warning. It was soft. Steady. Laughter. She opened her eyes slowly. The ceiling above her was clean, white, and unbroken. The ship hummed gently, like it was breathing. For a moment, she forgot where she was. Then she tried to move her legs. Nothing. Fear rushed back into her chest, sharp and fast. She gasped and reached for the side of the bed. Her fingers gripped warm metal, not cold stone. "You're safe." The voice came from her left. The human captain stood there, holding a cup of water. He did not rush. He did not shout. He waited until her breathing slowed. "You're on my ship," he said. "We're out of danger." She looked around the room. Medical tools. Soft lights. A screen showing calm blue lines instead of red warnings. She was alive. The medic returned and checked her vitals again. They spoke to her directly, not over her, not around her. They explained what they were doing. They asked before touching her. No one had ever asked her before. "She'll need time," the medic said to the captain. "Her spine is badly damaged. We can't fix everything. But we can help. Help. Not abandon. Not discard. Help." The alien girl watched the humans move around her. They argued over small things. They laughed at mistakes. They complained about food. None of them treated her like a burden. One crew member brought her a meal designed for her species. It was not perfect, but it was warm. "I tried," the crew member said, embarrassed. "Hope it's okay." The alien girl nodded slowly. She could not remember the last time someone had tried for her. Days passed as the ship traveled through open space. They built a support frame so she could sit upright. They added controls she could reach with her hands. Small changes. Thoughtful changes. The captain visited often. Sometimes he spoke. Sometimes he just sat nearby, reading reports or staring out at the stars. He never looked uncomfortable around her silence. One day, she finally asked a question that burned inside her. "Why does your kind do this?" she said. "Why protect those who cannot fight?" The captain leaned back in his chair. "Because someday," he said, "anyone can become the one who needs help." She thought of her people. Of their laws. Of how strength decided worth. "In my galaxy," she said softly, "weakness is shame." The captain shook his head. "Then your galaxy is wrong." The words were simple. No anger. No pride. Just truth. She began to learn about humans. They were not the strongest. Not the fastest. But they adapted. They built. They cared. They failed often. But they did not leave each other behind. For the first time, the alien girl did not feel broken. She felt seen. Then the alarm sounded. Not loud. Controlled. Dangerous. A red symbol flashed on the main screen. The captain stood immediately. "Unidentified ships," the navigator said. "Multiple signatures." The alien girl's heart sank. She recognized those patterns. That formation. The Galactic Council. "They found us," she whispered. The captain glanced at her, then back at the screen. His face hardened, not with fear, but resolve. "They shouldn't be here," a crew member said. "They will demand me," the alien girl said. "They will say I do not belong." The captain stepped closer to her chair. "Then they can say it to me," he replied. Outside the ship, engines flared to life. Cold, massive, powerful. The galaxy had returned. And this time, the alien girl was not alone. The human ship slowed as the stars ahead filled with shadows. Large ones. Cold metal ships surrounded them, moving into position with perfect order. Their shapes were sharp, their weapons already charged. Symbols of the Galactic Council glowed on their hulls. The alien girl felt her chest tighten. She knew those ships. She knew their power. She knew their rules. They will not talk, she said quietly. They will judge. The captain stood at the center of the command deck, hands calm, posture straight. He did not raise his voice. Open a channel, he said. A harsh image filled the main screen. A tall alien commander appeared, armored and expressionless. His eyes fell on the alien girl almost at once. There you are, the commander said. You were declared lost. The alien girl lowered her gaze. Shame rose like an old wound reopening. You abandoned her, the captain said. The commander ignored him. Return the defective unit, he ordered. She does not belong among humans. Defective. The word cut deeper than any weapon. She is not a unit, the captain replied. She's a person. A ripple of movement passed through the council ships. Confusion. Amusement. Your species is emotional, the commander said. This creature cannot contribute. She drains resources. She weakens groups. The alien girl's hands shook. Part of her believed him. That voice had lived inside her for a long time. The captain stepped closer to the screen. Funny, he said. Humans survived because we protect our weakest. Not because we throw them away. The commander's eyes narrowed. You challenged the council. The silence that followed felt heavy. Yes, the captain said. Weapons locked on. Red warnings flashed across the human ship's systems. The crew moved to stations, not panicked, not loud. They had trained for moments like this. The alien girl felt fear flood her body. Not for herself. For them. They will destroy you, she whispered. Please, let me go. The captain turned to face her. No, he said simply. The word held no anger. No doubt. We don't trade lives to feel safe, he continued. And we don't abandon people because it's convenient. The council commander sneered. You would risk your ship for her. The captain nodded. Already did. The alien girl felt something break inside her, not pain, but belief. For the first time, someone had chosen her without hesitation. The commander leaned forward. Then you will face consequences, he said. The channel cut. The council ships shifted position. Power surged. Space itself seemed to tighten, as if holding its breath. The human crew waited. Then something unexpected happened. A new signal appeared. Then another. Human ships. Small at first. Then many. They dropped out of warp one by one, surrounding the council fleet. Their designs were mismatched, imperfect, but countless. A voice filled the comms. This is the Terran fleet, it said. You are threatening a protected human vessel. The council ships hesitated. More human ships arrived. Cargo ships. Research ships. Old warships. New ones. Civilians and soldiers alike. The alien girl stared in disbelief. They came, for me. The captain shook his head. They came because it was right. The council commander's image returned, his calm cracking. You would start a war over one broken alien. The captain's voice was steady. No, he said. You started this war the moment you decided some lives don't matter. Silence spread across the battlefield. The galaxy was watching. And for the first time in its long, cruel history, it was being judged, not by power, but by humanity. The battlefield was silent. Human ships and council fleets faced each other across open space, weapons charged but unmoving. No one fired. No one spoke. The galaxy watched and waited. Inside the human ship, the alien girl sat still, hands clenched in her lap. Her heart beat fast, but not with fear alone. Something else burned there now, something stronger. The council commander opened the channel again. His voice was tight. "You are risking chaos," he said. "Stand down. Return the alien. This ends now." The human captain did not answer right away. He looked around the bridge. At his crew. At the alien girl. Then he spoke. "This ends when you stop deciding who deserves to live," he said. The commander scoffed. "You protect weakness. That is why empires fall." The captain leaned forward. "No," he replied. "Empires fall because they forget mercy." The alien girl felt tears rise. She did not try to stop them. For the first time, she raised her voice. "I was loyal," she said, her words slow but clear. "I served. I fought. I was injured saving others. And you left me to die." The council commander's eyes shifted. He did not answer. "You call me broken," she continued. "But it was humans who fed me. Humans who carried me. Humans who stayed." The galaxy listened. She took a breath. "If that is weakness," she said, "then weakness is better than cruelty." The silence that followed was heavy and deep. Across the void, council ships began to withdraw their weapons. One by one, targeting systems powered down. Not all of them, but enough. The commander's image flickered. "This matter is not finished," he said coldly. Then the channel closed. The council fleet slowly turned away. They did not attack. They retreated. A wave of quiet spread through the human ships. No cheers. No victory calls. Just relief. The alien girl closed her eyes as tension left her body. The captain let out a long breath and sat down. "That," he said softly, "was close." Days passed. News spread across the galaxy. Not of a battle, but of a choice. Humans had not conquered worlds. They had not demanded tribute. They had stood for one life, and refused to step aside. Some species mocked them. Others questioned old laws. A few began to wonder if they had been wrong for a very long time. On the human ship, life returned to routine. The alien girl learned to move through the corridors using tools the crew built for her. They adjusted doors. They added rails. No one complained. One evening, she sat beside the captain, watching stars drift past the window. "My people will never accept me again," she said quietly. The captain nodded. "Then you'll find another place." "Where?" she asked. He smiled. "Anywhere you choose." She looked at the stars. For once, they did not feel cold. She was not a burden. She was not forgotten. She was home. Far away, the galaxy learned a lesson it would not forget. Power could crush. Strength could rule. But compassion could stop fleets. And humanity had proven something dangerous that day. They did not abandon their own.